women, Sonia Smith, Maud Mulga, mom and daughter of Revelstoke Nordic, Molly Molinaro, and Alexander Luxmore. Nakartok C is in third seed, Anna Stewart and Katya Semenyak. We will see who will take the first, second, and third positions of the Open Women's race today.
And Loppet Nordic Racing just finishing the Heat B off with a strong finish.
So Marley
now for this final race,
the
15
BC
teams, 15 spots. We'll see who takes the gold, who takes the silver, and who takes the bronze for our Canadian championships for the Open Women Club Team Sprints.
Red top and bottom. She's in third.
Shout out to Open Women, Sadie and Marielle, and that is Team Me and Me. Bib 424, you got this. Go Me and Mini Me. Love your Ackerman family from Toronto. Congrats and have a great race for Open Women.
And the teams are heading on the back of the pond. They've already spread out a little bit. We've got two teams kind of pushing the pace at the front.
Yeah, it looks to be Yukon and Nakartok. You can see the yellow suit of Anna Stewart just gliding down this pond loop hill towards the Berry Hill. 4 teams still up there, and it looks like they've created a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field. All right, here we go into the first exchange. We have Yukon and Nakartok C. This is Sonia Schmidt and Anna Stewart duking it out. There we go, clean tag for both of those athletes. We have Kimberly and Lappy in third and fourth, so that would be mom and daughter. That is, Revelstoke, Molly Molinaro, and Alexander Luxmore, and Lappy Ow, or OW1, Hannah Shields and Hannah Zavitz. Marielle Ackerman also out there now. That is Me and Mini Me of Kimberly Nordic. Then it looks to be Kate Mason of Nakartok. She is with Bronwyn Williams. They've both also already done a heat today. Only been one lap, Brooke, but it's too early to call. But would you say any teams are looking stronger than the others right now, or would you say it's still wide open?
Well, I think it might be hotly contested between Whitehorse and Nakartok, but we'll see. Those two are kind of pushing the pace at the front.
Yeah, it looks to be Nakartok with Katya Semenyak, who's taken over the lead with Whitehorse right there. But Revelstoke is right behind them. That is Alexander Luxmore holding down the Revelstoke team with Lappy in there as well, Hannah Shields and Hannah Zavitz.
Right.
So those seem to be your top 4 who have a little bit of a gap over the rest of the field.
That's right. And those top 2 teams, I think, are really pushing the pace, causing it to string out fast already here on the second leg of this 12-lap race. So it's going to be interesting to see who gives first.
Yeah, and here we go. Oh, up Berry Hill, still Katya Semenyak, but there is Alexander Luxmore, and there is Maud Mulga right in there as well. Those seem to be your top 3 with Hannah Zavitz right behind. Marielle Ackerman putting in a charge up Berry Hill in the Kimberly suit. Here we go, into the stadium. This is going into the second exchange. You can see their teammates trying to wave at them and starting to yell at them to say, I'm over here. Here we go. This is Alexander Luxmore and Katya Semenyak tagging off, and Maud Mulga tagging off. So that is Sonia Schmidt and Molly Molinaro and Anna Stewart right now in the lead. So 3 of the Alberta World Cup Academy girls right now representing their respective clubs. But great to see a big fight between teammates. Kimberly looks to be in 4th place right now. That is Me and Mini Me, Sadie DeMars.
looks like all of the women decided to go with wax on their skis just to be able to run up that Barry's Hill, and hopefully with this cloud cover, it's helping a little bit keep it not to get too mushy or soft as the day warms up here.
Yeah, it can always be a good call to have maybe just a little bit of wax when your arms get tired to give yourself a little bit of a break if you need it. So
right, to stomp up that hill.
Exactly. So here we are. Our 3 leaders or 4 leaders seem to be at the top of the pond loop right now. As we can see, there is Yukon and Nakatook in there with Revelstoke. Gotta stop doing that. Revelstoke, mom and daughter in 3rd place.
And Lappy trying to close that little bit of a gap. They're dangling kind of in the middle of the 2 groups here. Hannah Shields trying to close that gap. Hannah Zavitz. There are 2 Hannahs on the team, which I think is great. And Hannah Shields is trying to close that gap.
Yeah, we have those top 3 are starting to break away now. That is Nakatook, Yukon, and Revelstoke. And here we go, off to the 3rd exchange. So it will be Yukon, Nakatook, and Revelstoke still all together. Here comes Lappy, not far behind. Hannah Shields charging hard, trying to close the gap. Kimberly still in 5th. This is me and Mini-Me. Sadie tagging off to Marielle for her next leg. Looks like we have Skibek also in there in 6th place. And lots of Nakatook teams coming in here. That is Bronwyn Williams and Kate Mason, along with a few Fondeur Laurentide teams. And it looks like Chelsea Champs.
Yeah, tight pack racing there. They're all clean through the exchange, so good work.
Yeah, it's been a good day. We've only seen maybe a few tangles in the exchange zone. Athletes have done quite a good job at staying out of people's way and doing a shoulder check and really getting out clean. So It's good to see, because that could always be a disappointing and hectic way for somebody's race to end.
Yeah, no skiing back by missing an exchange, so no lost time there. So the athletes are doing a great job.
And here we go, and it looks like Revelstoke has taken over the lead over Nakatook and Yukon. Still quite close together, though. That is Alexandra Luxmore really put in the charge like she did on the previous lap. Athletes really have to be mindful. It is 6 laps each. They really have to pace it properly. They don't want to go out too hard.
That's true. It does look like Alexandra Luxmore is trying to push the pace and get a little bit of a gap there, maybe to give them a little bit of a cushion so they don't feel so stressed, but it's early days still.
Yeah, and it looks like she's spreading out the top 3 a little bit. Katya's trying to go with her, and she's got a bit of a few meters over Maud Mulga of Yukon, so it looks like Alexandra is really stretching out the top 3 right now. She does not want to wait around.
And Hannah Zavitz trying to hold in tough there, trying to stay within contact and away from the top 2 teams trying to catch her.
And here we go into the exchange zone. Here is Alexandra Luxmore taking off to Marley Molinaro as Katya Semeniuk tags off to Anna Stewart for Nakatook, and Maud Mulga tags off to Sonia Smith for White Horse. Those are our top 3 teams with about a 100-meter lead over Marielle Ackerman of Kimberly, who has just overtaken Hannah Zavitz of Lappy. Marielle, a very, very strong skier, and she is in 4th right now, tagging off to Sadie Mars as Hannah Zavitz tags off to Hannah Shields. Here is Skibek and Fondeur Laurentide, 5:26 and 5:28. As we see Nakatook, Kate Mason, and Bronwyn Williams complete their exchange, along with Chelsea Nordics, Chelsea Champs there, sorry. Here come 2 other Nakatook teams. That is Erin Dunn for Nakatook B, and then Nakatook E. Carapico's tagging off to Sophie Tremblay, who has also already competed in the CCUNC events today. And it looks like Marley Molinaro has a little bit of a gap still over Anna Stewart and Sonia Smith. Top 3 are a little spread out right now. We'll see if they can hold it. here we are over the pond loop. Anna Stewart making a charge, trying to catch up to Marley. And Sonia as well, right there. There's pretty even gaps between first and second and third. About 10 to 15 meters between the two.
Yeah, just tantalizingly close, but not quite being able to close that gap. Let's see on this hill if they can. Oh, Anna closed that
Wow,
right
great,
up on
great
that
corner from Anna there to catch up to Marley and put in a little bit of time on Sonia, but she's still charging hard. They are a little bit more grouped together now. Anna seems to be right on Marley's heels now, getting that draft coming into the stadium. That could help her for the next 100 meters, save a little bit of energy.
4:22, 23, and 21 through
Wow, all three of them way back together now. Looks like Sonia's skis are excellent. That glide is incredible there. She made up a lot of time, and here they go. Katya is off with Maud Mulligan and Alexandra Luxmore. Let's see if Alexandra can put in another surge like she did on the previous lap, but it looks like Katya is going to try and close that gap early to not let her get away at all. Just get on those heels. Here comes Hannah Shields, who's opened up a little bit of a gap on Sadie Mars, but this is the battle for fourth place between Kimberly and Lappy. Marielle Ackerman is about to start her next leg and chase down Hannah Zavitz. This is Skivek 426. Skivek This is Virginie Magnan in front of Fondeur Laurentide, Anne-Sophie Miron, and Bronwyn Williams, Kate Mason. That is the Chelsea champs, Sienna Renan-Rab, and Estella Duncan in there as well. So that is a big competitive group right there. Lots of spots still to be decided.
And a reminder that this is the A final of the open women category, so this does decide podium spots for the national championships. So here come our top three teams. Gonna head up Woodpecker Knoll.
Yeah, and it is still Alexander Luxmore in front of Katya Semeniuk, in front of Maud Mulligan, but it is quite tight. Katya is not letting her go. Great to see the Nakartok team right up there fighting for it.
And Revelstoke Nakartok seemed to open a little bit of a gap over the Yukon, but we'll see if they can pull that back. They've been pulling it back, but now the gap seems to be getting a bit bigger.
We'll see what it looks like at the top of Barry Hip after another big effort, but it looks like Alexander's got great skis on her, pulling maybe a little bit away from Katya, but Katya may have opted for a little bit more grip that Alexandra didn't, so may have an advantage on the uphill, and it looks like she's closed it. She's really fighting hard. She's going to tag off to Anna, and Alexandra's going to tag off to Marley in great position 1 and 2. Maud is just cresting the hill now. She's going to tag off to Sonia. Both great skiers, so this is not over yet.
5:22 and 23 with 5 meters apart.
And looks like Alexandra's opened up a little bit of gap on that downhill, tagging off to Marley with a little bit of time in front of Anna. We're going to see if she's going to be able to close that gap. Still early-ish in the race, so we don't want to blow our energy too quickly here. Here comes Maud Mulligan and Sonia Schmidt. They are in third place, still well in the hunt for first and second place now.
5:24.
Here comes Marielle Ackerman, who has overtaken again the Lappy Nordics T team, along with the Fondeur Laurentide and Skiback. It is a pack, and Marielle seems to have made a big charge for fourth place. Here we go for another pack here. This is the Chelsea champs tagging off along with Nakartok A. There's actually no letter beside that one. That is Kate Mason and Bronwyn Williams, along with what looks like another Skiback B.
And Anna Stewart has made up that gap, and she's caught up. So Nakartok is now even with Revelstoke as they climb Woodpecker Knoll in the back of the pond.
Yeah, it looks like Anna is really pushing the pace to see if Marley can keep up. They're both going to want to really fight for it until the end to not give their their teammates any more work, but it looks like Anna's just pulling away now
And
on the downhill.
I was
Very strong double pull.
I was just going to say that Anna might be thinking she needs to have a little bit of a gap, because it seems like Alexander Luxmore keeps closing it and kind of opening up a little bit of gap, and she's the last skier for that team, for that Revelstoke team. So Anna's probably knows that and wants to get a little bit of a gap on that team before the final lap.
Yeah, we'll see how the tactics have played out. We'll see if Alexander still has energy going into the final few laps after expending a lot of energy making those breaks. We'll see if Katja skied a little bit more smoothly going into those final legs. But here we go. It is Nakertok eating Revelstoke right now. It is Nakertok C in front of Mom and Daughter. They're side by side, actually. They're not really leading. So here we go. Katja and Alexander Luxmore off for their next leg.
It looks like Lappy has again pulled into fourth, so that's good news for Lappy. That's Hannah Shields doing quite a bit of work, keeping us in contention. Yeah.
We will see. They're scheming neck and neck. It seems to be flip-flopping back and forth every leg for these two teams. Hannah Shields being having the home course advantage here.
And Hannah tagging Hannah, so that's Hannah Shields tagging Hannah Zavitz for the Lappy Nordic team.
And here is Skibeck and Fondard Laurentide. They are in 6th and 7th right now. And here we go. Here is Alexander Luxmore and Katja Semeniuk going up Woodpecker Knoll, still neck and neck, still right, one right beside the other. Looks like White Horse has fallen a little bit off the pace, but never count them out. They're very strong classics historically in White Horse, so they're a very, very strong team to beat, so never count them out. It's quite early in the race, still got plenty of time.
It's going to be interesting through these top two teams, because it seems like they have strengths in different legs of the race. So how they get to play the tactics is going to decide that final sprint to the finish.
Exactly, and it looks like Alexandra's gotten a lot of glide on her skis, and Katja is doing a great job on the uphills to minimize that downhill damage there. Getting in the draft makes a big difference as well in the flat sections. If somebody has faster skis, you can just get pulled along. So here they are coming into the exchange zone as White Horse heads up Berry Hill. It is Kimberly in front of, Revelstoke Nordic. I really gotta stop saying that. Revelstoke Nordic in front of Nakertok Nordic. Here we go, tagging off to Anna Stewart and Marley Molinaro for their next lap. We're gonna see what they decide to do tactic-wise. These two women, who is gonna try and charge? They're gonna try and stick together as White Horse heads into the exchange zone. It looks like Marielle Ackerman cresting over Berry Hill is putting a little bit of time into the Lappy and Fondard Laurentide athletes. So she is sitting in fourth right now. She is hunting down this White Horse team as well. They can see them going into the exchange, and that's really motivating coming into these final few legs.
Followed by 526 and 525.
Really liking the Kimberly Nordic suit. You don't see that orange color with the pale turquoise. Nice combination and a kind of a different type of suit. Here comes our top ladies, and it looks like Anna Stewart is trying to break away and get some time. As I said, she's probably thinking that she doesn't want to leave it to the last leg, because it looks like Alexander Luxmore's skis are gliding well, so she's trying to get a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, she's trying to help her teammate Katja Semeniuk, who's in very well. These skiers of the top two teams are skiing really, really strong, so it's going to come down to it. But it looks like Anna Stewart is just taking advantage a little bit of her fast skis and strong double pull, but Marley is really fighting back. She's not letting her take any space.
No, it'll be interesting up Barry's Hill if Marley can close that little bit of a gap she
Yeah.
has.
And it looks like, again, a strong corner from both of them. Marley closing maybe a little bit of a gap, taking the inside lane, and we'll see what it looks like coming down the hill. But both want to get in the best position possible to help their teammates. As we see Aaron Dunn coming through the exchange zone, tagging off the Catherine Mason, Nakatok B. Our leaders, and here comes Anna Stewart charging really hard. This is getting really tough, and she's got a little bit of a gap, and Katya is about to go, and there she is, off for her leg, and Alexander Luxemore is going to try and chase her down. Marley did a great job to stick onto Anna, but here we go. Katya has got about 10 meters in front of Alexander Luxemore, and they are going to be really fighting for it. Anna Stewart already back in her spot at the exchange zone. Doesn't even look like she's out of breath.
And here comes Yukon, Whitehorse, kind of out on their own in the middle, kind of dangling from the front two and ahead of the ones following. And they're followed by Kimberly Nordic coming
We
into
hear
the
that
exchange.
Ski Beck broke a pole going up Berry Hill. Oh no, that's not a good place to break a pole. Hopefully she got one quickly, as here comes Kimberly holding off Lappy. They seem to be also skiing alone, which is very tough to be doing, and they're doing a great job trying to hunt down Yukon. And here goes Marielle for her next leg as Hannah Shields tags off to Hannah Zavitz. As Katya is still holding off Alexander Luxemore as they start to climb up Woodpecker Knoll. They're almost at the halfway point of this lap. They're going to tag off again to their teammates for another leg as more teams, the teams from 7th all the way to 9th come through, 7th to 11th come through the exchange zone. You can see both Ski Beck teams and Nakartok and Chelsea champs. Here we go up Berry Hill. This is Katya Semenyak still holding off Alexander Luxemore, but it is tight. They are both neck and neck right now. They're charging hard.
It looks like Luxemore closed the gap there a little bit on the uphill. And let's see what these skis do, if she can glide past or at least right up onto the tails.
And here's a message from Annette A. Go Kimberly Nordic. That is for me and Mini Me. That is Sadie DeMars, Mario Ackerman in 4th place right now as our two leaders come into the exchange zone. That is Nakartok C and Revelstoke Nordic, mom and daughter, tagging off to Anna and Marley. .521, that is Yukon. That is Maud Mulliga, currently on Berry Hill. She's in 3rd place.
And Kimberly Nordic is making up time on that Yukon team.
Marielle Ackerman is having a great race today. She's making up lots of time, and Yukon may have gone out a little fast. We'll see if Marielle and Sadie can make up a little bit of time going into these final legs to get themselves a bronze medal. They are right there.
Followed closely by 524.
Yeah, Marielle Ackerman is having a wonderful race. She's really closed that gap each time on that leg.
And here comes Anna Stewart. She's got about 7-ish meters over Marley Molinaro. She's doing the same thing as she did last lap, really trying to give a gap, and Marley's not letting her get anything. Marielle Ackerman just tagging off to Sadie again for her final leg.
Anna Stewart needs that space. She's pushing hard. Nakartok has taken the lead.
And here they come down the back of the pond loop. This is the last leg for these two women here. Anna Stewart and Marley Molinaro are going to be giving it their all. Let's see who can take the best line around this corner. Anna seems to have taken the inside lane, which gives her a little bit of an edge.
Oh.
They've got to go around one of the other athletes that they are taking a lap out of. And here they go, coming down the sledding hill. Anna seems to have opened a little bit of more of a gap. We'll see if she can hold it going into the exchange. This will be really awesome for teammate Katya Semeniuk to have a lead going into the final leg. We'll see if Marley can close a little bit of the gap in the last 100 meters, and if Alexander Luxemore can make up this time. Here we go. This is the exchange. Anna Stewart to Katja Semeniuk, and Marley is about to tag off for Alexander Luxemore for Revelstoke. Katja's charging hard, and there goes Alexandra chasing her down.
And the race for third over the back of the pond. We see that Yukon is still holding a lead, but Kimberly Nordic is trying to close that gap. So as they go up Barry's Hill, there goes the Yukon team, and Kimberly right behind. So that's the race for third.
Yeah, and Kimberly making up some time on, that's Sadie Lamar making up some time on Sonia Smith. We'll see if Marielle and Maude can duel it out for the bronze medal as Anna makes her way to the finishing pen to welcome back Katja Semeniuk as she comes to the finish line.
Coming to the exchange. 428, 425.
And here is Katja Semeniuk with about 5 or 7 meters over Alexander Luxemore. It is going to be tight. It is going to come down right to the finish line. Who's got more energy and the better skis as Marielle heads out for her last lap. Going to be hunting down the bronze medal.
Oh, she tightened it up right up over Woodpecker Knoll. The two top teams are right together now.
It is going to be a fight to the end, and it looks like Alexander is just taking Katja on the downhill. If Katja can get into her draft, that would be a big advantage going into the final uphill. Alexandra's skis look really good, though. Revelstoke's done a great job on the wax, obviously.
She's going to use that slingshot around that
She's really
corner
going to use
to
it
get
to
up
see
there.
who has the most
Up.
amount of energy coming up this final hill. This is the last time for these athletes going up Barry Hill, and it's going to be a big double pole finish for this gold and silver medal
Very
here.
tight, but it looks like Luxemore has the advantage. Revelstoke Nordic is in the lead, and quite a lead now with those fast skis on the downhill.
Yeah,
All
she's got
do-
very fast skis here. We'll see if Katja can close the gap a little bit, but Alexander looks like she is doing a very strong job of closing the course. And she will take the gold medal. It will be Revelstoke Nordic, mom and daughter, and Nakertok Nordic in silver. So it will be Alexander Luxemore and Molly Molinaro in the gold medal. Katja Semeniuk and Anna Stewart take the silver medal for Nakertok. And we are still waiting to see the bronze medal race between Kimberly and Yukon.
Yukon is just coming up to Barry's Hill, and Kimberly right behind, but there's still quite a gap. We'll see what can happen in this Barry's Hill. Can Ackerman close this little bit? It looks, oh, she's moving. It is closing up.
Yeah, Marielle's just closing the gap. She's right on her
Oh,
heels
does she
now.
have
It's going to come
time?
down to the finish line. Who has the stronger double pole? Who has more energy? Yukon still has about 4 or 5 meters, but let's see how fast Kimberly's skis are coming into the finishing straight. Marielle is an excellent sprinter, and she looks
There
to
they
be
go.
closing the gap, and it looks like she's going to take it. It's going to be Kimberly for me and Mini Me taking the bronze medal. What a finish by Marielle Ackerman. Huge final leg for Kimberly Nordic, and Yukon getting the 4th place, but great finish for Kimberly and Marielle and Sadie. That was amazing race by both of those athletes. They fought back from the start. It was very great to watch. Here we have Fondant Laurentide, Dossard 528, Anne-Sophie Miron, and Olivia Bouffard-Nesbit coming to the finish line. Great result for Fondant Laurentide.
And quite a pack coming down here. Here comes Lappy Nordic, Hannah Zavitz coming in. Very
Hannah
powerful
Schulman,
double pole. Well done, Hannah.
And we have a ski back team, both ski back teams finishing just ahead of the Chelsea champs and the 3rd ski back team. So 3 ski back teams coming in quite close together. Kate Mason and Bronwyn Williams of Nakertok finishing right in there as well. So we had all 3 of the ski back teams finish